just use one earbud, because otherwise it echoes in my ear. Sure. Quests, yeah. Hints. Helpful whispered hints for some puzzles. I mean, I probably should. And yet, my pride tells me not to. Oh no, why have I done this? Yes, all good. All things are epic. Nice. That's how I live my life. It's fine. Bindings, yeah, whatever. Anyways, welcome, y'all. Dear content creators, if you discover this game is full of intrigue and plot twists, please give your audience a spoiler warning before sharing content from beyond the white hallway. I'm playing the full game. Spoilers, I guess. Welcome to the channel. My name's Twice. Today we will be, by we, I mean Lester Burns and I, will be a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Honestly, pretty impressive. Mystery adventure with multiple endings. It rewards thoughtful conversation and exploration, not brute force. The fate of the city is in your hands. This is called the Forgotten City. It originally developed out of a Skyrim mod, and then everyone said, wow, the narrative on this is actually really good. Maybe you could just make this into a full game. And so they did.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So,
You can still kind of tell the bones of the Skyrim's. Select my body type. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Skin tone. I'm pretty pasty. What are we doing here?
well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
Archaeologist. Years of studying history have given you occasional insights into the ancient world. You have a firearm, but only 10 bullets. I don't feel like I need to bring a gun into Rome, which seems interesting. 25% faster when sprinting. 50% harder to take down. I always like having intrigue and insight
You're an archaeologist? Then you'll
into
definitely
things that I'm not supposed to.
I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me.
It
He went in
is.
there a few hours ago, and he hasn't
Is the
come back.
bitrate really bad? I feel like we're skipping frames.
He's trapped or injured or worse.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just something.
But he made me promise to stay here.
Oh, it always
There's no
is.
way I'm leaving without him.
There's always an issue.
Just kind of
Alright,
stuck here,
let's mess with them.
waiting.
Hey, Zach.
What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him.
Because it's fine on my screen.
I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Evening, pirate. Okay, we've dropped no frames, so it is something related to the settings. Oh, but the problem is... Evening, Barrett. How are you? It was smooth when I tabbed out. Okay. Tech issues, tech issues, tech issues. Alright. Let's just like... Let's dip out of this game really quick and get back to the settings and then... see what we can do. I was just waiting for the elevator, don't worry about it. Okay, so that was smooth. Okay, so we're skipping no frames here. Okay, maybe we just try it again? I don't know. It seems kind of like doing the same things twice, but just in case. If it's that, maybe we can do like we can do just like a capture screen. We can do I can already tell it's skipping. Yeah.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID.
Maybe it isn't.
Maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Okay, why when it types in there?
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember? Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here.
The bitrate isn't an issue.
Without him. So I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping...
It's just gonna be an OBS thing.
To find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Though it doesn't seem as bad this time.
Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just...
Does the audio hitch at all?
You want to know? Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean? Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
It's a little quiet. Wow. Let's go from that to that, and from that to that, and let's check if that works.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reaction when I introduce myself. My name's Karen. Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al. He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is. You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber. Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts.
I would like to find out.
What am I?
It's still quite low?
You could hike a long...
You kidding me? I'd like crank that shit. Alright. Good lord.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
It's probably gonna blow someone's eardrums out if I ever swap to a different game. I'm going in for the priceless artifacts.
My hero. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Flashlight. Wow. Yes, I am using... This helps me find the frames. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's still stuttering. But now we can actually get in the settings. Maybe it's just the full screen stuff. Try like windowed or something. Let's try that. Okay. I'm so sorry for those who get motion sick. It's just really hard to track. So what kind of a game is this? Narrative, I suppose. Like a narrative mystery. Ugh, that still looks bad. Borderless. Otherwise, I'll start messing with OBS itself. Ugh. The frame rate of OBS does not watch the game. Yeah. Match. Oh, okay, OBS. Why are you doing this to me? We had a similar issue with Resident Evil, didn't we? And I'm not sure how I fixed that. It looks off. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't, because it looks fine on my screen. Oh boy. Why, oh why? Okay, it's fine on the screen. It's not on the stream. If I just save you. I mean, it's not my refresh rate on my monitor is fine, but I'm wondering if that could help. Like, if it's watchable, I guess that's fine, but I'd rather it not be just watchable. This is upsetting. Motion blur? No, it's terrible. God, what if I just, like, turn that down? I mean, it shouldn't affect it, but I'm wondering if, like, processing it is just too much. It's not like it's designed to look great in the first place. Very much a narrative game. You wouldn't know because I'm not able to actually play the narrative, but I promise.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth."
I mean, I'm guessing part of the problem is just that I stream it in 720 and 30. Is it? I stream in 720 and 30, right?
But in vain.
Just because I don't want to destroy people's phones.
Could an underground city have remained a secret?
And I don't have
Could people have survived
options
against the odds?
for quality.
It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation. Or a warning. Al Worth.
Al Worth. We froze. Alright. Oh, we're still freeze. Oh. Oh, okay. This is happening now. Also, some of this is just the game's jank itself. Essentially, the game is you being transported to an ancient Roman city that is trapped by a leader that will end the city / world if anyone sins in it. Of course, you're like separate from the time loop, and you try to figure out what is going on, essentially, in a pose of lamentation. What could have made a gladiator flee? A good question. Anyways, it's all about the narrative, not about the not about the gameplay. It looks as if she was begging for her life. And again, it originated just from like a Skyrim mod, which I think is really neat. I guess we'll quick save here because it told me to. And I am now frightened about this. Well, everyone looks like they're having a grand old time, honestly. It's kind of still clipping, though. Oh, yeah, right. Fire and stuff. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. A bit like Mist. Dear God, yes, but I do hope it's better than Mist. Mist was, I guess, a trendsetter, but oof. Did not enjoy. Oh, hello. Golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al. How is this possible?
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse.
Never get on with Mist. I only played it with my father. And we're equally bad at puzzles. We never got very far.
Searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death. Or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Let's go. Honestly, if the frame rate's fine when I'm tabbed out, I wonder... if I need to restart the whole thing in windowed mode. Because obviously it wasn't changing anything when I would click borderless versus windowed versus full screen. Let's try... Okay, first of all, we're gonna save, right? Okay, and we're gonna set up the settings to like windowed. We're gonna apply the changes. It's not actually gonna change anything, so I'm just at this point assuming I need to quit. I've got a couple other options too. Okay, that wasn't actually quitting. You said you'd quit, but you didn't. Nope. Nope. That's my secret panel. I don't think they know what windowed mode means, is what I'm gathering. Okay. They really don't. They do not know what windowed mode means. That's fine. Oh, that doesn't actually have anything bad on it. Okay. One moment. Let me just change-a-roo this one. Oh yeah, it's gonna get ugly real quick. Oh, well, wait a sec. I could do that over here. One sec. I'm coming. Just cancel that. Oh no, what have I done? I am a professional. So let's just add in display capture. Oh dear God. Let me just move that down. Oh, this is good. This is good. It's just gazoop. Just gonna layer that right on top. It's fine. Let's see how this looks. Let's continue and see. This is my, like, papering over a severe problem type thing. It's worked a few times, so... No, it is not working here. I think it's worse. Okay. Well, that ain't it. That ain't the problem, then. I could pretend it's the game's problem and just continue on. Oh wait, is this how I came in? Yeah. Again, no sense of direction. No nothing, really. Alright, let's obey the creepy whispers. Go on in. What's my bitrate at? No, that's fine. It's almost 3,000, which is what it's set at. I've shot a lot of trouble, and yet here we still are. Circular portal and 2 women. My new main goal is how to return to my own time. Why'd we jump through the portal? Why would I do such a thing?
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
Proserpina? Okay, so theoretically, this ends the world.
Oh, is that right? Well, just make sure you
Unless they don't count lying as sinning.
Sacred places you're not supposed to be. Can't have you disrespecting the gods by accident, can we now? But listen, most folks seem
Hey, Crystal, how you doing?
when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
This guy looks horrifying.
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule. And the punishment for breaking it's...
am very mad.
well,
Oh no.
it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
I'll make my own way.
You seem like you might need a little extra help, and I'd feel a lot more comfortable if I showed you the way.
I know what I'm doing.
All right, friend, suit yourself. Just don't do anything too reckless till you've spoken with Magistrate Sentius in his villa down there. See you around.
Dear Lord. Yeah, the problem with some of this stuff is I can never tell if it's just the game being, you know, janky, or if it's my computer, you know, gacking on actually, like, surviving through this.
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you.
Where's the headphones? Chelsea tripped over them and managed to completely destroy the wires inside of them and dent my wall. It was spectacular, destructive, and horrifying all in one. Prototype zipline, huh? Probably shouldn't steal that. Oh. I can read his poem though, that's fine. So they're just these for today until we get a new pair that hopefully won't feel her wrath. Honestly, life's been torturous as the 7 labors of Hercules. Orphaned, defeated, and enslaved, yet I would suffer it all again. Gladly each lost moon and tragedy brought me to you. Radiant as Rome's sacred flame, your bright warmth nourishes my soul. I know I can never touch you any more than hold Vesta's flame, but to watch and love you from afar, bathing in your glow, is enough. Wait, there's another page. No. I wish. I will miss their familiar green too, and I'm hoping we just get another green one.
Sisyphus, attack or pursue the
Model
stone
arena.
that always returns.
Possibly Verona Arena. Okay. Probably. I just want to exit out. How? X. X for exit. Doy.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor.
Turns out I didn't know what I was doing, and in fact should probably go find the magistrate so we know what I'm doing. This is probably not the way to the magistrate, but hey, you never know. It's like Skyrim or something. I mean, honestly, kind of. It was kind of a narrative mystery that was originally a... I don't know where I am. That looks like a villa. It was originally a Skyrim mod, and then they kind of ported it and made it into their own thing. A city where the only rule is, as far as I know, you just don't sin. Just don't do it. That's it. It's that easy. The myth of the golden rule. As per our custom, I shall begin by paying my respects to the god responsible for the city. For our continued prosperity and tranquil seclusion, he deserves our admiration, but here I must depart from custom, for his attempt at imposing strict rule upon us is oppressive and overreaching and deserving of our contempt. Line pronunciation is killing me. Oh. You ain't seen nothing yet. Amphitheater, I assume. guy in.
Help! You have to do something! A man arrived in the baths. A real nasty sort, with his face all covered up. And he's got a weapon. You have to do something, or he's gonna break the golden rule.
Who are you?
But now's not the time. Are you going to help or not?
No.
None of us do. The magistrate made us throw them all into the chasm. So now this man's bow is the only one in the city. You'll just
Why
have
is
to
she hopping up and
improvise.
down like a kangaroo? I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. He's still in there, somewhere. I have to hide. Find me in this empty shrine when it's over.
Maybe we shouldn't meet in there?
I don't have time for this. I have to go.
Okay. That's great, but... Hello?
The shrine is collapsing.
Fabia, no! Oh God, she's dead! Did anyone see that? The whole shrine just collapsed on her! Oh, Fabia, why did you have to go in there? Poor sweet
Why?
girl.
Oh, why is it so funny? He's gone. He said his piece. Who's this
I can't believe she is dead.
bald buffoon?
Fabia, I mean. She walked into that empty shrine, and the next moment she is lying dead under a pile
Maybe
of
it will be more convincing
gods are cruel.
for her not to go in there next time.
I'm sorry, friend. It's not right for me to lay my burden upon you.
Okay, thanks, stranger. So, I probably should have found the magistrate, huh? This looks promising. Somewhere. She picked a whole bouquet of oopsie daisies. Gosh, I can't believe... Okay, well that's not it. I can't believe my completely brash, directionless man did this to me.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
Is that the, magistrate?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
I think I'd like to meet Malleolus.
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it. I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Isn't soliciting bribes a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me.
This
Your
golden rule
suspect-
seems more like a golden, guideline.
Dunno. Something good.
Alright.
Just make it good. Whatever. Just remember.
So this isn't the magistrate. Probably.
Hey, Horatius. How's it feel knowing your man's doomed to lose the election today?
If you're trying to goad me into an argument, it won't work. I'm a stoic, remember?
Hmm.
You lot had something to do with Santilla's disappearance. If I find out you did something to that poor sweet girl, not even the golden rule is gonna protect you. Got it?
As if I'll be afraid of you, little man.
Sentius and Malleolus, same excrement, different odor.
Greetings, citizen. My name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius.
Oh, thank God. I've been so lost
Follow
already.
me, please.
Okay.
Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse.
So,
The magistrate can explain the rest.
why do any of you live here?
These stairs.
Just, no? Okay. Yeah. Okay, stairs are weird. It feels like I'm literally riding them on my butt up and down the stairs. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, those were fine though. Why are these stairs so weird?
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name? A curious name, to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago. Indeed. More importantly,
Let's not
consider the
make enemies
miraculous
just yet.
community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise.
22 of you is all you got
All
here?
that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
I've seen the opposite.
Nor could I, until I came here.
Yeah.
But the reason for this miracle...
What's the story of this game that I missed? Essentially, we have no backstory, but we were a modern archaeologist.
Every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions.
And we stumbled upon this ancient Roman city, and there you go. It suffers from the Golden Rule.
And provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule.
And
It's
he's explaining pretty much all the rest of it.
And each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here.
Why do you guys
All
live
that
like
matters
this?
is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
And, yeah, you can sin. It'll probably turn everyone to gold. And, then you time loop, and then you're back.
An intelligent
Voila.
question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes, or to some other
Meow.
ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
I mean...
Barbaric? Barbaric? What are you talking about? The Empire is the most civilizing force in the known world. Rome is a beacon of light in the darkness. For 800 years she has borne great statesmen, philosophers, poets, artists, and engineers. We have comprehensive laws protecting the rights of our citizens, which have unified countless warring tribes all across the Mediterranean and beyond, from Gallia to Judea. All our citizens are treated the same, regardless of the color of their skin or their sexual preference. Can you say the same? When our people are starving, they are given food rations, and when they are wronged, they have the right to bring the guilty party before the magistrate. Our laws forbid treason, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson, and so on. No other civilization in the world is so advanced, and you have the hubris to call us barbaric?
Yeah. But I don't want to tick them off right now.
I have made my pronouncement on the subject.
I need to figure out everyone who lives here first.
Whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
But also, I don't trust them.
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our town.
Well, then why are you upset about me saying that there's more civilized?
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city? I have imagined it, our downfall 1,000 times, but it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
The flu would kill this dude. A common cold might kill this poor dude.
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina.
A ritual sacrifice isn't what'd you sacrifice, bub?
And of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing.
How is that not a sin?
I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future? I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you? Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
You're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate.
Man, imagine having an election and it's what? Let's see. If there's 22, you don't count the 2 candidates. There's 20 people that you have to campaign to.
Unless, of course, you
Those would be the most targeted ads I've seen since free real estate.
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here?
Oh, sorry, 19. Empty shrine killed someone.
The independence of your investigation, the better.
My bad. Let's try to shake him a little bit by knowing about Centilla's disappearance.
So you know about that already. It's a devastating loss, of course, but that was over 3 weeks ago, and whatever happened to her, it didn't break the golden rule. So I don't think it's connected with our imminent demise. Still, if you happen to find her and return her to me,
I think it is.
I would be eternally grateful. Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you. If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the golden rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
No, but I don't care. Sure, why not?
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break?
Updated main goal. Create a time paradox. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I have much choice then.
But I'm hoping that even if you're not burdened with a sense of self-sacrifice, you'll at least see the sense in self-preservation.
I don't know about self-preservation. I just followed a guy randomly and then he hung himself, told me don't do this, and then I did exactly that. Like to a T.
Win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless of course you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is.
Pog.
And as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and
Secret police powers activate.
I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Wait, was Lucretia the... Was that a different person? It is where we came from. Yep. Create a time paradox. Figure out who is most likely to break the golden rule. I don't think one person is a lead. Yeah. Straight as narrow. Locked via. Vanishing Act. Sentia. Over iteration. Something wrong with. Okay. Fabia. Okay. As I've stated before. 1 second. Should we test this? Is stealing a sin?
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Gee, who did that? The statues are alive? Ooh. Spooky. Oh my lord. Horatius doesn't seem amused or, quite honestly, at all worried. Hey, how's it going? Good talk, good talk. Alright, I mean, look, we sinned, yeah, but, ow. We, we did get some money, which is pretty exciting. Also, those guys can't shoot worth crap, so I guess I'm not that worried. They took that over from Skyrim still, I think. There's a zip line. Now, what the heck would we do that for? Oh, hey, Sentius. No items on Sentius. Nuts. Alack and alas. You know, we just had to do some limit testing, alright? What really counts as a sin, you know? Turns out basic sins, they're in.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Twice, and we've had this conversation before.
I don't think so. I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, Bacchus, how much did I drink last night? Sorry to have bothered you. Oh, and since you seem to be in a hurry, you should try out this device I made. Worked real hard on it.
Zipline? Zipline. Thank you.
Just attach the pulley to the rope over the lake and hang on to the handles. If it works, it'll be faster than walking.
If it
And
doesn't,
if it doesn't work, worst thing that can happen is you'll take a swim in the lake. I haven't quite summoned the courage to test it myself.
you know,
Don't worry,
that's fine.
it's completely safe.
Hi, Cho.
Probably.
How'd therapy go?
All right. See you around.
Alright, let's just have this quick conversation with the poor guy again. and then go back to our regularly scheduled,
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
I would, person that I've never met yet in this time loop. We'll talk to her next.
We're finally alone. I assume you all...
Okay, we're just gonna skip this through.
Wait, if I understand, I must have entrusted you with... Is that about?
I couldn't stop it from being broken. Couldn't stop it.
Look, it's unfortunate, but...
How are the earphones?
Now
They're fine.
is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered.
Can I hear myself? Can I hear audio? Yes.
I assume
Therefore,
this is
A-OK.
for a reason.
Alright, so you don't need to, like, go back to talk to everyone. That's good.
I'll be...
That's kind of important to know.
If you're snooping around in my possessions, you're wasting your time.
Maybe. Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Scintilla to Sentius, may Jupiter, Optimus, Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter, and for the lovely birthday pendant. Pendant, I know. I promise, we'll wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehensive about the election next month. Okay. Did I tell them what happened? Yes, I alluded to your unbridled rage. Is it gone? No. Here's a question. Do I have... I do have... Ooh. You do keep stuff you steal. Exciting.
Citizen?
Oh, another one fresh out of the baths, I take it. Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want? I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that? Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone. I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies? It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into
This
our
girl's
rooms,
mouth is like
I went
sagging
to
down.
sleep,
I'm worried
and
for
when
a
I
stroke.
woke up, she was gone.
Not rage,
That's
just
it.
shame. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you dented the wall.
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me. Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually.
I mean, look, how many people? There's 22 people in this place. How many?
Those plans.
There's not many viable options.
That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her. So he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done. I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
How do you
really
know?
aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she's affectionately known as Scintilla.
And then there's what? Sentia C flat, D sharp, D.
Why? Because I'm on this couch and not pacing about the villa, wasting energy. I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance. Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Immediately go back to speak to her.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of here? Get out, you
Didn't
horrid
work.
barbarian.
There wasn't anything else she was gonna say anyways. These carrots are purple, as they were before modern orange carrots were cultivated. What a unique and interesting factoid. Whispers are coming from the statues. That's a shovel. I wish I had a shovel as a weapon. It seems like a viable weapon. Shovel Knight does it. Sentia's journal. Sentia believes everyone is entitled to their secrets.
Leave before I call Horatius.
Perfume.
Horatius, there's a horrid barbarian sneaking around in our villa.
I don't know who you're talking about. Couldn't be me.
Citizen?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Alright. What have you learned about
What is
Scintilla,
it, citizen?
Horatius?
I
What's your
believe that I
story?
was the first to Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man.
I can tell you, Pirate, that Chelsea has already disappeared.
Daughter, I should say. The others,
As the viewer that lives in my house.
I also keep a register of new arrivals.
But she might be back.
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl. And pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some Genetricum fugitive tried to take advantage of the chaos and reach my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver.
That's how we got to the modern version of where we were at. Fair enough.
Was one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that. I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation.
I wonder if there's a day-night cycle, or if it's just kind of like a consistent
That's from
thing.
Seneca the Younger, if you're interested. I don't see why not.
That roughly translates to ballsy thief. Aurelia, commoner, tavern keeper, tavern and slum. Notes, claims to know a way out. Claudia, patrician, wife of Malleolus, quarters in the Via. Notes, nothing. Decius, merchant, general. Okay, okay. Domitus, we've met him. Julius, unable to work because he's imprisoned in a warehouse. That seems like a sin. Quisha, Patricia, Vestal Priestess, Fabia, dead. Galer, you know, you don't have many notes. You have 2 notes so far. Died in cistern, Hannibal, foreigner. Kabosh has disappeared and is also a foreigner. Was a fisherman. Debt bondsman to Malleolus. Livia refuses to work. Lucretia is also a foreigner. Interesting. Malleolus. Duty. Money lending. Notes. Not to be trusted. Physician has locked herself in the palace. Notes. Increasingly agitated. Scintilla is missing. Sentia, obviously not. Sentius, yeah, debt bondsman. Another debt bond. How? There's 22 people here. How many debts can you rack up? What are you guys doing? Anyways, thanks.
Of course. Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like 100-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
From where I'm from, that's considered a war crime.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
That's messed up.
Your sword wouldn't last a week in the Legion.
I wish I had a soldier and then I could show him my gun. It'd be fun.
What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the golden rule, I don't have any control over it. So railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. If you like. Not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius. Unfortunately, I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery, and intimidation. The man's a savage. He's a gladiator. So people fear.
Is that the gladiator that we saw running for his life?
Sentius knows about it,
I think so.
He doesn't have the same right killing as Malleolus. This place will
We saw his
be
statue.
the
It didn't look pretty.
Try not to worry about things I can't change. I appreciate the thought, but you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon. In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Aqueducts, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings.
Figure out how to make Malleolus drop out of the election. Democracy in action, everybody.
A lot of people have been looking for her, but it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
I have a flashlight.
I suppose that's true.
I don't think that's a good bluff.
Scintilla was always a kind.
Let's get some evidence before we bluff any further. We already ticked off the annoying teenager in the
Anyone
villa.
knows something. I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose. Fine. Alright. Please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Okay. I guess let's go talk to Domitius.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment.
We already did this.
Yeah? What? If you set one foot in that villa without permission, I'll skin you alive, you pusillanimous cemitarius mocus.
I'd feel more threatened if I understood that.
What's in Coolio, mio?
Oh, does he not want to talk to me anymore?
What's in Coolio?
That's fine. What's this?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Contrary little caput murder, aren't you? Nobody's told you about Hannibal? Why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway,
Too much salt in
a
them.
few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground, and hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie, I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed, and it was eating Hannibal.
This all sounds pretty implausible.
If it was a man, maybe.
Gotta go.
I
No
swear
worries,
on
Kristen.
my
Thanks
life
for stopping
it's
by.
not a man. More like a Strix, or some Versipelus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around.
You know,
to
this is
see
just
which.
making me want to go in the cistern more.
Well, any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
I feel like it probably...
Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
Yeah, quite literally, it probably will be, but it's just neat. I just think it's neat. Oh my god. No, no, that's like a golden statue. Let's just kick him. You got some health bars? Stop bugging me. Wait, can I just kick him into the water? Oh no, he only stumbles straight backward. Oh, but it kind of worked. A peeled statue. Okay. This. I mean, grotesque, but also. What's this? An emaciated human-like creature spattered in gold, crushed to death while entering the cistern from the cave beyond. Oh, we got a quiver and a coin pouch. That doesn't count as stealing because he's dead. Apparently. Creepy. More arrows, huh? Can I... No. Need like a raft, maybe, to get up there? I don't know. We'll figure something out, right? Lunar pendant. Oh my god. Ascendia death. Okay, I'm gonna need you to just stop for a second. Then stop attacking me. Unless, of course, you're... Will is not your own, of course. Alright, peace out. I guess. Yeah, this is still Skyrim. Alright, really creepy statue thing down there. What's down here, though? More golden statues. That's it, though. Strange. Creeper vines. These might be climbable if they could support my... What? Do I need to work out? Do I need to lose some weight? Is that what's going on here? Because, I mean... I don't know how that's going to happen. Okay, so... Terrifying monster. Got it. Me. Do. It's fine. You probably can't follow me out here. Cool. Alright, horrifying stuff to start with. but intriguing nonetheless. Do you want to talk about the creepy monster? Or are you...
What's in Coolio Mio?
You got it. Okay, I guess we'll hold on to that thought. For ourselves. Creepy golden monster, do not steal. Unless it's necessary. Now, definitions of necessary may vary. The whispers aren't helping, guys. They're really creepy. They're creepier than not, if we're being real. Okay, the creeper vines go into Meliolas's place. Oh, to Octavia. Directions to a secret shrine. Enter the caves behind the theater, then turn right at the first fork and the second. An anonymous friend to Octavia, may the Lord bless and keep you. I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person, but if I am right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship openly here, but know that you are not alone. If you ever feel like you need somewhere to pray, there's a special place waiting for you deep in the caves behind the theater. Intriguing. Sure is nice to have the power to just do this to everyone. Unless someone asks me to leave. Which, honestly, kind of a limited power. Minerva, the goddess of strategy. I see. Yep. Okay. Hello.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out of...
Bye. Time to go back in. Except this time she won't know I'm in her room, so I can read stuff. This isn't her room. This is her room. And you're reading this file, maybe young, don't think we're stupid, we're all entitled to our secrets. Damn, we got. Oh yes, Ares / Mars. We see the stove through there. It's a very small amount of denarius. What's this room then? Scintillas. That's interesting. Makeup, sure. Brass mirror. Anything suspicious? Nope. Not yet, at least. Oh. Scintilla. Sentius and Sentia. Hey, Clementia, give you the strength to forgive me. Found a way to escape. I must take it. I hope we meet again someday. Unfortunately, I have angered Sentia on this run, so she probably won't talk to me. Yep. Sure are angering a lot of people. Creepy.
Here is proof of a degenerate mind.
A new face, Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I am Aqueducts. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Oh my, I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?" The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be
well, hey, thanks.
refreshing change. You know, I'm not entirely sure.
But what about you? How did you?
You don't know
end
how
up
you
here?
ended up here?
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
It carries negative connotations where I'm from.
Older. I see. I wonder if... No. I apologize. I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just that you've got me thinking. Have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too? I really think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember.
Is everyone
and see if
pulled
they
out?
notice any patterns. I know. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too. Up until a few weeks ago, she was a perfectly productive member of our little community.
Oh yeah, she's the hairdresser? Refuses to work. Okay.
She was always so chatty, always seeking out newcomers and asking them where they were from and how they wound up here. And then, about a month ago, she suddenly changed. She withdrew, stopped working and became despondent, started muttering to herself. Galerius and I visited her to see how we could help, but she just looked at us with this haunted stare, called us bloodless shadows, and told us we were ignorant of some pattern. Look, it could be unrelated. Perhaps she simply fell ill. Or, as Galerius suggested, the weight of the Golden Rule was too much for her. But there is a small chance that she learned...
I mean, we already got one origin, and that was
It broke her.
getting pulled out of a river, and that was us. And then Karen said that she had also pulled Al out of the river.
Now, go and follow the thread of truth through this labyrinth, and come back to me if you discover any patterns.
Okay, yeah.
I don't, I'm afraid. It seems to me we're exiled here until the gods judge us, one way or another. I'm quite sure it's the work of the gods, which is strange because they've never been particularly concerned with our misdeeds, as long as we've kept the peace of the gods. We asked for blessings, for good health, bountiful harvest, military victory, and in return, we offer praise, wine, incense, or animals. But here, it seems they require much more of us. I find myself reminded of an especially pertinent tale from our great poet Ovid in his epic Metamorphoses. Would you like to hear it? It is rather long.
Short
I
version?
suppose so. Jupiter and Mercury put a town
That's
to
better.
the test by disguising themselves as vagrants and asking for shelter there. Everyone turned them away and failed that test, except for an old couple named Baucis and Philemon, and so the gods gave them time to escape and granted them a wish, and then wiped that town off the map. Some say the moral of that story is that we must all honor the sacred rituals of guest friendship, the reciprocal obligations owed between hosts and guests. But I like to think it's that we should always show compassion for those less fortunate than ourselves. A cynic philosopher might take that view, but it's not entirely invalid, I suppose. It must be completed by dusk, just the same as any other official business. It'll be between Sentius, the incumbent, and Malleolus, the challenger. Why do you ask? All of the male citizens who are willing and able to attend, unless
There's even less. You have to just do 10, maybe?
That's just the way it's always been, I'm afraid. It never sat
You have to
right.
you have to market yourself to 10
There
people-ish.
are some women who can vote, Vestal priestesses like myself. But in this case, given my role overseeing the election, I've decided to abstain. I can't allow the perception that I'm being anything but fair and independent. But if it's any consolation, there are other ways to influence the outcome of an election. By using whatever gifts the gods gave you. Nothing untoward, of course.
I'm responsible for announcing it and making sure the procedures are followed. You can, assuming they're eligible and willing to accept the nomination.
I don't know who I'd do that with, but...
As I said, I'm planning to hold it before dusk. But
we'll see.
I could hold it sooner, if there's a good reason.
I don't have a good reason.
Certainly. Come back to me once you've acquainted yourself with the rest of our neighbors.
Sure. Guys really just leave these statues anywhere, huh? Fermented fish sauce. Oh my god, it's so loud. It's loud enough where the cat decided that there's a bird in the house. Oh, there's another zip line. Cool, cool. I do enjoy the zips. Where is the water coming from? A good question. Is this the palace that someone shut themselves in? Old chest. Alright, lots of arrows, no bows. Locking myself in, don't try to follow me, nothing good will come of it. Doesn't look easy. That doesn't mean it's impossible. Okay, apparently these denarius are just fine to take. Like a human thwomp. Hey, how's it going, Sisyphus? Yeah, good talk, good talk. The only complaint I have for the game so far is that it doesn't seem to want to stream perfectly. And also, the bird's volume is turned up to about 500%. Possibly more. Is this where the gods are? I assume that just, yeah, connects over them, sure.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the Golden Rule. It's a ghastly thing, is it not? How are you faring so far? Ah, another stoic, perhaps. We all need something to help us through times like these. We've all been where you are now. I remember when I first arrived. I used to lay awake at night contemplating the big questions. Why am I here? Is there a way out? What is the Golden Rule, and who or what is responsible for it? I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. I don't think anybody does. But I'm happy to share with you what I've learned. Here, in this place, the magistrate has me earning my keep by cleaning and pruning the gardens. It's not quite how I expected my life to go. I used to live in a lovely villa on the banks of the Tiber. I was even betrothed to a handsome young man from a prominent family. But long hours of menial labor for the good of the community has its own charms too, I suppose.
How did it end up
much
like
the
this?
same way as many of the others. When the fires came to Rome 7 months ago, my family and I fled for the Tiber, hoping to escape on a barge.
Okay, so
we were among the fortunate
did
ones
everyone
caught
just
passage, but
escape
there were a lot of
the
deaths.
sacking of Rome by
We
the
boarded
Gauls?
forward to the park. A scuffle broke
Is that
out,
where we're at?
and I was pushed overboard. The last thing I remember was the water rising up to hit my cheekbone. I woke up by the river, near that shrine, and stumbled across this place. Oh, that's all right. I'm sure it's all part of God's plan for me.
Oh. She's one of the ones that is being persecuted.
Oh yes, of course. A slip of the tongue. If you like. I'm afraid not. Although, I did once hear someone gossiping down at Aurelia's tavern about a possible way out. I don't put a lot of stock
The
in
secret
such rumors, but
shrine
if you're
behind the
desperate
theater,
and
right?
wealthy, you could look into it, I suppose. If that doesn't work, then I suppose we're all stuck here until the gods decide our fate. I hope it works out.
You are a very clumsy Christian.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. I think about those words a lot. I'd like to think that if we all love our neighbours as ourselves, and do to them as we'd have them do to us, then we'll all be fine. But on the other hand,
We'd be doomed in
I
this
was
one.
always
We
taught
all
the
would,
intent
man.
of man's heart is evil from his youth, and that all of us are born with a tendency towards sin. And that's where I get stuck. Is it true? Are we born with a tendency towards sin?
Looks at all of the golden statues that show that, in fact, we are born with a tendency towards sin. Nah, I'm sure we're all
A
good.
little naive? I suppose you've never seen what I've seen. Innocent men and women, torn apart in arenas while thousands of Romans look on and cheer. If that's true, then sooner or later, things are going to end badly
3
for all
Bible
of us
lands
down
right
here.
there.
Unless, of course, there's some kind of divine intervention.
Oh, there's gonna be some intervention, alright.
I wish I shared your faith.
Me intervention. So anyways, you're a Christian. How's that going for you?
Please keep that to yourself. I know you're not from around here. Things are very difficult for us right now. There was a terrible fire in Rome last year.
Oh,
Our
wait,
emperor
maybe it
decided to
was
make us his scapegoats. There were
Nero?
executions. It was horrible.
I wish I knew my Roman history better. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
I like how fair
I
enough
have
can
no
just
idea
be
how
our,
to
our
appreciate it.
consistent exclamation
Well,
for
it's lovely
anything.
to meet you.
Fair
I look
enough.
forward to getting to know you better over the coming
Fair
weeks.
enough.
And if you ever...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What? Why? Why would you want that?
Why do you think I'm stuck for the rest of my life working for a man who treats me like an animal?
I know things are hard for you right now. They're hard for all of us.
I guess we're gonna go find out if suicide's a sin now.
Please just think this through. If you do this, it could be the sin that seals all of our fates.
Nero was the
Is
fire.
that what you want?
I'm sorry,
Still
but
got
I
it.
just don't care anymore.
Please, Ulpius.
Do it.
Help him. If he goes through with it, it could be the end for us all. I don't know what to do. I've never had to deal with this sort of thing. Please, you need to talk to him.
I'm gonna be honest. Oh. There it is.
I don't know, but it's a crime for slaves to take their own lives. And a debt bondsman isn't far off. Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna talk him into
Choose
killing
your words
himself.
carefully.
I am out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no! I can't believe he went through with it.
Okay, so Ulpius is Scintilla's lover.
Poor lamb.
Was that my fault?
That was not your fault. There's no way you could have given him what he wanted.
Nice.
Moments after you arrived. Well, I suppose it means suicide isn't a sin under the Golden Rule. So I guess that means whichever god is responsible for it, it isn't mine. I'll have to let everyone know what happened. And I guess Malleolus will have to clean up the mess in his villa. It's of his own making, after all.
Oh, did he jump into the
I
villa?
just pray for poor Ulpius.
Ooh. Unfortunate. Look, I mean, we gotta find these things out, alright? Okay. We are not allowed to climb. Oh boy. Oh no, not Skyrim climbing. Oh boy. Well, I'm sure we'll make it there. Someone's spilling wine down there. Yeah. Look, we're just limit testing sins here. What sins count and what don't? We're scientists here. And that's the truth of it. We'll have to talk him down next time, because it sounds like he's got some interesting knowledge for us. Hey, did you know that a guy just jumped into the middle of your master's villa?
What's in Coolio Mio?
Yeah, it sounds like he did. It's good. Well, let's keep on talking to people and seeing what happens to the people we talk to, I suppose. God, loud ass birds. Holy crap. Bathrooms are cool. What's it say? Theophilus had an orgy with 4 girls here and disappointed all of them equally. A small stick with a sponge attached. This must be what the Romans use instead of toilet paper. This appears to be for communal use. Best to put this back immediately. These statue people have sinned in previous timelines. I am 95% certain. What did you sin with, man? Was it just that heinous of a bathroom break? Always remember they're watching. I liked the other one a lot more, I'll be honest. Blacksmith? Shovel. We have already examined the shovel. Look. Sorry, I gotta go look at your accusatory note. I'm not allowed to look at your accusatory note. A note insinuating Virgil is a sinner. They may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. A similar one. I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer for your sins. You kind of just leave these out for everyone, huh? Do you really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all?
Salve.
Seems pretty proud about him, honestly. It's odd without a horn, but that must be a more modern innovation. Yeah, that's just a brick. It's also very low to the ground. How's your back, buddy?
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil.
So... Does someone think you're a sinner just because you're foreign? What's your story? Did we dive a little too deep?
I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Correct. No, I need to know everything, actually.
Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. It could mean that the Romans, who first started building here, were just copying Greek architecture, which they do all the time. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us.
Well, I feel like there's a way to do it, I just haven't unlocked it yet.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the Great Temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake, and allows us to fish and farm. Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it. You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery. Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear
I need to somehow learn how to climb
it was
ropes.
the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way.
Did you just
to keep
burp?
its purpose a mystery.
Not
You
a
see,
burp.
usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god,
How
like
embarrassing.
Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know. Of course. You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless
There's
nights
a lot
thinking
better,
about
too.
the Golden Rule. But once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway. Oh, I just
Fair
learned I
enough.
grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Novio Magus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans. Some people say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you? Good.
Wow.
Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving may not be an option. Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you give it some thought.
It's weird though, because as soon as you steal, like, bam, it's on. But it is very flawed.
Look,
and the statues.
If that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
I see.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagos, you expect a bit of hostility.
And the statues aren't like this divine thing. If we see the thing in the cistern, it's disgusting.
Your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least, I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too.
I know, they're everywhere.
The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
Oh.
They insist there's only one god. And
Christian.
He considers my nature.
Right, we're in Roman times.
Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burned down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer...
Well, we know Octavia is one, but that note was to Octavia, so there's obviously more than one.
What? Really? I didn't expect that.
Might know more, get to know more at the secret shrine behind the theater in the caves.
I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused. Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking. Nice to talk to you.
Well, that's interesting.
Greetings and salutations.
Is this the guy?
I'm Georgius.
Yeah.
It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick
Girl
together,
die right in
Wilhelm.
front of him.
And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know. From which exotic part of the world do you hail? Then you are an explorer, like me. Wonderful. You must have many stories to share. I cannot wait to hear them. We will have much time here to get to know one another.
I don't know.
But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps? My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum. A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself. I remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares. And drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few
Also by the Tiber.
and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once.
More than once.
None of that compares to this.
Yeah?
This time,
Yeah.
I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa. Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
Well, that's disturbingly like what happened to us in 2,000 years in the future.
Terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers. Why bother setting shop at all? I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Sure.
Oh, and there is another reason too. If we all end up as golden statues for future generations to marvel at, I don't know about you, but I would like to look my best. Anything you like. Not so loud. What are you playing at? I must ask you to come out at once. Have you not been told about the last attempt? Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. It is a long story. Aha, you are witty. I like that. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, every phrase, use the others. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one can make a series of ladders and climb one's way out. They have. I am getting to that. There was an attempt, made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard the godlike voice saying the entire city, and that, tragically, is where they left.
But it was fine until they...
The attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place, and so I say it is best to not even discuss it aloud. Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate. Have you not heard the tale of the god Hades? He was the first to learn this dreadful lesson when he abducted Persephone and imprisoned her in the underworld. When Demeter, the mother of Persephone, learned of this, she did not punish Hades, the guilty one. Instead, she changed the climate of Earth, so that it became hot and dry. Nothing grew. The grain turned to empty husks, and the rivers dried up. Innocent people died by the tens of thousands, until at last the other gods were forced to act, lest they have no worshippers left. So yes, we know this. This has always been the case. The Golden Rule has merely brought it into focus. If we are to survive, I say we must each keep the simple wisdom of Thales of Miletus, first of the 7 sages of Greece, who said, avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. Regrettably, I think you are correct, my friend. For even if 99% of us adopt this principle, that will never be enough. Sadly, no matter how well we protect ourselves, the life's work of many good people can be undone in the blink of an eye by a single selfish act. Ah, the voice of experience. I am sorry for your loss, my friend.
Someone took the last Twinkie. It was
I will say one thing for the
harsh.
Golden Rule. For all their grim and haunting poses, these golden statues do make magnificent models for my clothing. Do they not?
That laugh has a big tinge of pain behind it.
That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Maleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way. Nothing comes to my mind, my friend. This is troubling, is it not? I'm afraid I have no idea. It is ridiculous, though. Virgil is a fine man. But my young friend Fabia confided in me that she saw someone leaving graffiti on his shop front last night. Perhaps you should ask her.
No, if I talk to Fabia, she'll run into a death trap.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
Me too. However, I'm gonna go look through all your stuff now. Nothing personal, kid. Is he gay? Maybe. He's not gay, maybe. He is gay. That was explicitly stated by the man himself. And yes, he said that the cultists, aka the Christians, were one of them might be behind it, basically. Octavia is one of them, but it doesn't super strike me as the one that would do it. And there's a second, at least a second one, and they have a shrine behind the theater, and we'll get to there eventually, and try to find stuff there as well. Not this person. Maybe. I don't know yet, actually. Can I not talk to you? Wait, are you the priestess? Yeah, I think you're the priestess.
What are you doing in here?
Oh, just kidding. This woman is dying. She's been poisoned.
She needs the resin of a plant called Sylphium, but that Culus cumulatus Decius won't give it to me. It's too late. She just slipped away. She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of Sylphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the Golden Rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the Golden Rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath. Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, There's really just one thing you can do.
I kind of do.
Get me that Sylphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
See what I can do.
I'm Lucretia.
These rules seem all over the place. Yes, very
This is Nevia's clinic. I've just
selectively enforced. It's interesting. It's frustrating. It's very exciting to figure it out though and puzzle it out.
I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up. My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked, and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and
They allow things specifically to cause trouble. Yeah. Oh,
came.
hi! Have you just been waiting for me?
I gathered our most precious belongings, coins,
Patiently
and
without
gemstones,
meows?
and the moment his back was turned,
Who are you?
I ran.
And what have you done with my cat?
For the smoke. And the streets were full of people.
The God soap opera. Well, that's Roman Greek mythology in a nutshell too. I mean, we played Hades. That was a delicious soap opera.
Not far from here.
These are our these have been our two like
Say what you will about this place.
choices so often at this point. I'm sorry to hear that.
And while there's
Fair
no
enough.
shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Tame compared to the Greeks. Oh, the Greeks were delectable.
Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind
Wouldn't it
of
be
makes
Hermes though? That's just Greek. I don't remember.
Well, she used
Which
to
one?
run the clinic. She was a
Hermes
midwife, not a physician.
something,
But
I
she
don't
was
know.
the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too.
And Zeus
Until she
was the
suddenly
worst.
lost all interest in us.
Yeah,
One day
and
she
that
told
that
me
wasn't
she'd made
close.
some profound discovery about the golden statues.
Hmm.
This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the
Okay.
door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since.
Now I really want to talk
She's
to
been
her.
gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem. A real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed, and he's in constant pain.
Who
I
dat?
really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him. Assuming she's
Anger
still alive.
farts.
But nobody
Gross.
seems to know how to get into the
Nobody wants that. I'll see what I can do.
I wish some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you
I
can
did just
imagine.
fight a golden skeleton for a while,
A
but
city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about
yeah,
it?
it seems more like a trap than anything else. It's the trap door in the temple.
Because we can't take the law into our own hands. Oh no. Sorry. I don't mean to worry you.
Oh no.
No, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Nice.
Well, she used to run the clinic.
Oh no.
She was a midwife
This
until
is the same
she
thing.
started
Yeah,
to
yeah,
think
yeah.
that
Okay.
one of his big. Thank. Sure. What do you want? Do you really want to know?
Don't want to sleep.
I
This is
mean,
so
if
interesting. I need to sleep.
somebody was
Why do
with
I do
her,
this to
then
you?
surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe
Sorry.
it's best we don't discuss it.
We can become just like Justin Isaac streamer and become completely burnt out forever and ever. I could do that. Then you wouldn't really miss anything. Hemlock. Okay.
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa.
Oh, she's in
And they are
Malleolas's
quite
villa.
secretive.
Villa. I want to say Villa because
Gladly.
it's more fun.
Well, come back if you
24/7
get
Fall
injured.
Guys
Day or
streamer.
night, I'll do what I can.
Gotta get that bread. No items there. Alright, well, we'll find some stuff, I suppose, and grab it for a future thing. Freely available to anyone who wants it. Cool. I like bread. That'd make you fall in real life. Yeah, it's true. I would go insane. You're not wrong. A Roman recipe for bread, but in the mental health debate. Exactly. It's true. A secret code. Oh. Secundus and Cythera were together until the end. That seems like from a past. Also, I totally mentioned the graffiti, but I didn't see any graffiti about him. Which means it's gotta be... Sinner.
Make sure you
There it
stay
is.
away from that empty shrine. It's going to collapse at any moment.
Is the empty shrine gonna be the meme for this, this game? Ancient Roman remedy for various afflictions. Which... I mean, we could steal it. That would be a sin, and then it would restart it, but we would have it. Or, I guess, a duplicate of it. I guess it depends on how much he's gonna make us pay. Because right now we've got, like... How much? Almost 1,000 denarius. That's not even a big deal for us, I guess. Decius's chest is locked. Could save the woman yen. Yes, that is correct. And definitely something I plan on doing. Creepy. But I kind of want to just continue ye old exploration. Decius is gone. I do not see anyone that could be named Decius, including in his pretty obvious room. Can I put that bust in the small shrine in that room? No, I couldn't pick that up. It's just like a...
Hello?
examinable, not a item. Hello.
My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble one day. They said they had to lock me up.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure.
Did somebody think you were going to
I
steal?
wasn't. I was just looking.
Just looking. Window browsing.
They said I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called They called me a liar, Billy.
Liability. But if you did it more than once, then I stole once and I got absolutely screwed.
And gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you?
I am upset
You think you
at the strategic and seemingly random application of this rule. Badoop badoop. Magistrate Sentius to Julius, I'm writing to you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with the alleged lost treasure. While I'm sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your guardian Hannibal, I wish to impress upon you. Hannibal's the one that went into the cistern and then died to that terrifyingly peeled golden skeleton statue. Given your memory limitations, seems you likely simply misremembered. I wish to... Oh, important. The treasure you seek doesn't exist. More importantly, since you have several occasions been caught trespassing, including around the cisterns, which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I reluctantly come to the conclusion that your liability to this community must have your freedom limited, lest you break the golden rule. It's my hope this letter will assist you to remember why you're incarcerated. He can't read it, you doofuses! Ay. Better go to sleep. No worries, pirate. We'll be back tomorrow.
What does it say? My treasure.
Where's the
My
treasure?
friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here.
What about the low one?
Nobody looks after me.
With the creepy skeleton that chases me
Except my
and
friend
then glitches
Galerius.
out.
And Ek, the priestess lady. She's a nice lady. Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot. Galerius already tried that.
Okay.
He said the magistrate...
I feel like breaking you out of prison is going to count as a sin. A new magistrate. Maybe I'll just break you out.
The rules. I don't want everyone to get in trouble.
Hey, we gotta test the limits of these sins. Oh.
Like Galerius. He's nice.
Ooh.
Like
We can get Galerius running for magistrate. I've never met this guy.
Make him magistrate.
What a specific quest.
And I can give you the key to my treasure.
So many quests for so little people in this game.
Cisterns. I can't remember what it was. Just that it was way up high.
Okay, never mind. So it's in the upper cisterns.
You're going to let me out of here? Really? Oh. Please. I hate it here. It makes me very sad.
Just the treasure.
Hannibal used to look after. He said he gave all around.
Golden rule. Never mind. Okay, yeah, that's like all we can get out of him, which is fair. It does look like it has a day-night cycle, and by day-night cycle, that might mean, at nighttime something happens.
Help! A man.
Javia, do you have any idea who's threatening Virgil?
Are you serious? This is an emergency.
This is too.
Are you going to help or not?
Yeah, I'll get right on
Thank
it.
you. I have to hide.
Do not go in the empty shrine.
What? Why?
Trust me.
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Saved. Thank goodness. I kind of want to go in it. I have a good feeling about that place. A vase. Yes, yes, yes. Another vase. Greek statue of a woman. Perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. Oh, see to crouch, you say? Well, now, ain't this suspicious? Oh, we're loading into a new area. Very, very suspicious. What is this place? Crumbling Greek statue. A lyre, also Greek. So very Greek. Okay. Oh, there is a person. Doesn't seem particularly. And you shall suffer for the sins of one, sure.
A visitor.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name? It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I found this place by
Perhaps
accident.
the fates brought you
Completely.
here to learn the secrets of this place. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person.
Oh, buddy.
Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Nope. Zeus.
You have much to learn. It's best if you figure it out on your own. Come back once you've made progress.
Can't you just
Then you should speak with your contemporaries in the city above. Ask them about their skills. Perhaps they can detect a pattern of some sort.
Sure.
It is best if you come to this realization for yourself. You would never believe me if I told you.
Okay. Is it Karen? Is that who's done it to all of us? Okay, that's just a nice shortcut. Well, I feel like we stumbled across this end game area. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, this is okay. It's good to know it's here. It's very intriguing. Just leaves me even more intrigued. I mean, River Greek. I mean, I guess it could be Poseidon, but like, why? Why would I not believe you if you told me? Poseidon, I'd just be like, yeah, sure. That makes sense. We would know him as Neptune. I would know him as a big pain in the butt in God of War 3. You know how it is. Very interesting. The loading screen, not so much, though. Not quite as interesting. How did no one ever see that? It's not that crazy. Okay, someone with a bow in the Roman baths, you see. Creepy. What else you gotta say?
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know where he is?
Oh, this is definitely...
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Does this count as a sin if I lead someone into a trap that I know about? Archaeologist insight. Let's just, you know, let's just watch.
Curse you, cultist.
That count? Good? Sick. We've done it. I kind of wanted to know more about him, though. Bounty notice. Emperor has ordered the execution of a cultist named Quintius with different colored eyes. Arsonist and murderer. Citizen from the Aventine district. Rome, he's 40-50. How did you get in here? Okay. Take 1 denarius. Interesting. Anyways, thanks for the bow. I have legitimately like 50 arrows at this point. Lead was resolved, but I kind of want to do that again and figure out more about him. I don't know if we'd actually find any. He'd probably just be like, then you're useless to me. Is my thought. And I also don't know if anyone's actually going to be in the baths here. Just a bunch of the many shall suffer for the sins of one. This is where we came in from, right? Originally, yep. There's the pool. And the tunnel, I guess? Anything. I'm just worried that, like, the world's gonna come to an end soon. It'd be nice if it's just like a day-night cycle, where nothing happens unless I do bad things. But you and I both know we're either gonna do them on accident or on purpose. It's just a matter of time. Plus, we should get that other guy elected magistrate because I think it would be hilarious. Alright, talk to the bakery lady. Maybe we get another lead on Victor. Or Virgil. Whatever his name is. We've gone through quite a few parts of this major area. But we haven't found a lot here. Hello.
You took care of him? An accident? So, it's over? Oh God, it's such a relief. I really thought we were all going to die. I do have a question though. That shrine, the one I was going to hide in, did you know it was going to collapse?
I'm an architect.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. I should probably keep my big mouth shut then. Sorry. I promise, nobody else will ever know what you did. But I know. That was really clever. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Lying is innocent.
Speaking of which, welcome. I'm Fabia. Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need anything?
Virgil.
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside.
We still have all the slums to explore,
Usually
though.
dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe
A locked palace, a locked temple, a locked manor.
So I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who. It was too dark.
Not even like
Called out to
a...
them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armor, I think. So I suppose it could only be one of three people. Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. I hope that helps.
That does help. Quite a bit, actually.
There's not much to tell. I mostly just...
And we gotta keep on
try to help
pursuing paths of common...
I suppose it all started
commonality.
8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever.
Marital
The
troubles.
next week in bed, Pa paid priests to make offerings.
Or
for
like
his
just
wife,
relationship
a white
issues
rooster
of
and a
sorts.
goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
More marital troubles. Memory lapse, yeah.
I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. But the gods are mysterious and powerful. Who knows what their plans are for us? What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already? Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave? Good people here. Galerius works hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables. And Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes. And Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us. Well, he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days.
Fair enough.
Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about, will we?
Have you met people?
You're funny. I bet my friend Georgius will like you. And those interesting clothes of yours. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the golden rule with you too.
Again,
We just
Kitty?
used the format in the shop.
I want to talk to Georgius. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Thanks again for...
Intriguing. Intriguing. Quintius. Here's somebody talking. Where's the election? Here. Not there. Not there. She fell on the ground. Made your decision. New magistrate is Malleolus. Okay, that's great, but I probably should have followed this more closely. Kablammy. Okay, I apparently have no idea where they voted or anything. I started to hear them and then it's gone. I don't know where they are. Malleolus is the magistrate. This is where I assumed things would go south. Why was I hearing them, though? The myth of the golden rules no more. I have no idea where they're talking from. For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found guilty of treason against the Empire. I wish I knew where this was happening so I could see it. Oh, at the theater, right.
Fight for his life in gladiatorial combat against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
You have no idea what you're doing. You're going to get us all killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess to pardon him. I will not allow you to do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity.
Domitius.
Lies.
Horatius.
The golden rule was exposed for what it is.
Who's the third one? Rufus. I don't trust Rufus based on the name alone.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Yes, everyone hide. Dodge is left, dodge is right. I mean... if someone's already sinned, I'm going to enjoy killing you, old man. That was all it took. Unless someone else sinned at the same time, which I could see being like a creepy thing. God, I hate that they look at you like that. Oh, how's it going? Oh, this is not the right way. And we'll get there eventually. Hi, do you want to be pet even though I'm trying to stream? Of course you do, you're a kitty cat. It's fine. It's all good. I wonder if the bow and arrow would be enough on the golden skeleton. I have my doubts. So it is on a time loop cycle. Like Majora's or something. Except we get more of our inventory back. Hopefully. All of it? Maybe not, though. Guess we'll see. Yes, we do. Sandia Death. Where was this? This was in the cistern, right? Did she get eaten? Or something? Because didn't... She got a lunar pendant for her birthday. maybe I'm not, like... Yeah, okay, I can.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and...
Oh, that's Galerius. I don't... I need to meet everyone still. AKA literally everyone in the slums, and also... the douche nozzle. Is that Rufius? Because I need to talk to him too. This that patrol. Wasn't he disgruntled about patrolling? I think that answers that question, actually.
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Maybe he's the grumpy one.
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but family's from Solucia on Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions, the 6th, the one they call Ironclads. Same as everyone else.
Helpful.
Because we're all in great danger. Is it not obvious? Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now. If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
Are you suffering from rheumatism?
Nobody is supposed to know about that. Did Lucretia tell you? Look, I haven't been...
Makes me doubt he would do it. Because I don't think he likes walking in the first place.
And the pain. It has a way of messing with your head. I get stirred up by things that shouldn't bother me. And then there's the statues. And my doubts about my faith. And I just want to scream. You want to help me? Do what Lucretia hasn't been able to do. And find me something to make the pain go away. Until then, get out of my face.
But I want to talk to you about other things. Hey, you threatening version.
Yeah? Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us? No.
Yeah, it seems like no one will change their votes, so you need to, like, bring in a third party.
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
This seems a little too topical.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
I feel like they added that line at the last second.
Just bumble along. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah, I'll put that in there.
I'll do it. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone.
God, it seems like it's not right away either. They get hit by an arrow and it turns them to gold.
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us?
Yeah, they talk to me. It's creepy.
Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right.
Of course I am. If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
Fair enough.
Whatever.
Wait. Oh, yeah, okay. I know where I am. Alright, let's talk to this nuts.
You there? I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban, but I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts. Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues? And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly, 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of the tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the 2 of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested? Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you interested or not?
I'll be interested for now.
So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Not really.
No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods, no. If you tried that, we'd be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of our golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly.
But they can see me.
Betrayal.
Or can they?
Make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
Yeah, are you crazy?
When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind...
Prometheus is eternally punished in the underworld.
Only because he was silly enough to get caught.
I can't.
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you. Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence my proposal.
They can't see in the dark. They don't have night vision goggles.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment. And here we are, a gold leaf bow.
Wow.
Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
And then he didn't do that. Yep. Get right on it. Don't go in there. Just trust me. Source, just trust me, bro. Now I want to see about this guy a little bit more. Like, how the heck did he get in here?
Stop right there. I am looking for I'm not sure I believe. I am here with orders from Emperor Nero himself to find and execute the cultist Quintius for terrible crimes against the Empire. So, if you tell me the truth, I will allow you to live. But if you lie to me or otherwise obstruct the Emperor's business in any way, I will put this arrow through your chest. Is that understood? Thank you. Now tell me, Who are you people, and what is this place? A small community. I was told Quintius was a cultist, but I never thought he'd be foolish enough to lead me right to the heart of his mystery cult. Oh, don't play coy with me. I don't care if you're worshipping Bacchus, Magna Mater, or Christ. You lot are all the same to me. Always sneaking off to your secret sanctuaries, indoctrinating each other with your little mantras. The Emperor may have tolerated your activities up until now, but after what Quintius did, those days are numbered. You say that, but if you're not a cult, then why go to such great lengths to keep this place a secret? So you admit you're not allowed to leave. Threatening me is not going to help you, but in any case...
How do you think you're going to get out?
That sounds an awful lot like a cult to me. And I saw the inscription saying, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." I take it this is some kind of mantra you all believe? You've clearly been indoctrinated into this nonsense. Now tell me, where did you lot get enough gold to make all these statues? You lot are practicing human sacrifice too. You people are
Alright, this guy isn't actually worthwhile.
Yes, yes, because I'm the real villain here. It's all clear to me now. The secret sanctuary, the indoctrination, the mantra, the human sacrifice. You're cultists. There's no doubt in my mind. What baffles me is how a person can believe in something with such zeal. They just can't see what they've become. However, you still have a chance to redeem yourself by telling me where Quintius is. Do not waste it. Very well. Here's what I know. He's a 40 to 50-year-old man with distinctive eyes,
we seen
one
that?
green and one blue. He's also known to have delusions of grandeur.
I haven't paid attention to people's
The Emperor says
eyes.
He and his cult, your cult, are responsible for starting the fire which burned
I feel like
half
Nero
of Rome to the ground and killed
did it himself.
thousands in the process. Who are you to challenge what the Emperor says? Were you there? Do you have spies and scouts all over Rome like he does? No, you do not. This is your last chance. Are you going to tell me?
Yeah, I legitimately don't know where he is.
Then you're of no use to me. Do you have any last words? Aha, I knew it. Now it's my turn to tell you something. Once I'm done with you and Quintius, I intend to kill every last one of you wretched degenerates. And I can think of nothing I'd enjoy more.
You should keep your hand on the bow there.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Yeah. Just an act of violence is enough, huh? That's nutty. So not even killing, just violence. Did it? It's just so quick. Jeez. Alright. Alright. I think we've discovered enough today. I'll leave it at that. We've got, quite honestly, nonsense galore. Create a time paradox by doing that. Domitius been... Yep, Sanchez. Just seems to know more about them. Yep, that's true. Nope, definitely not. But that's not what happened. Quintius is interesting. Malleolus sentences him to death, that's pretty good. It's not him either, because we killed him, so it can't be that. Some people mentioned a river, some people mentioned a memory lapse. We need 3, they said 3 threads, so we still have that. Leads, we need to get into Malleolus's Villa. Scintilla is still very interesting. We stole it. We either need to make Malleolus drop out, or, I think more interesting, is figure out how to get an upper cistern and find a creative way to get into the upper cistern. If I get him released from prison, we just get into the upper prison. Gotta figure out who's honest. I feel like it's Horatius. Like, they want it to be Domitius, right? Because, you know, he's a turd. But I can see it being Horatius for whatever reason. Treatment for rheumatism, but you need to get in the palace for that, so that follows. Galerius needs to get elected as magistrate because I think that seems hilarious. And then Golden Bow, because why not? They always say he, but I don't know if it's actually here, if that's just them saying it. The Lunar Pendant is very interesting. Because that's definitely Scintillas. I can't figure it out. We got a Golden Bow now, which, funnily enough, still works just fine. Okay. Stop.
Salve, friend.
Okay, we've had the conversation. No problem. See you later. Okay, so today's theater and slums day, I think. Maybe the farm, too? I mean, where's the farm's down there? I mean, we can get down there. There's a chest there, too. Anyways. Alright. We're saving the game. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to fix some things tomorrow, if we can. If not, well, hopefully it was still an enjoyable time. If you like, leave a follow, or just come back, hang out any other time you want. We'll be back tomorrow night. And until then, see you later.